Hi, I'm Matthew Holscher from Parent Marriage Coaching and the creator of the emotionally connected couples coaching process. Today, I want to talk to you about insurance. One of my most frequently asked questions is, do I take insurance? Or how do I use insurance for marriage counseling, couples coaching, or to get help with my relationship problems? There are some very important dynamics that I want to explain to you and help you understand how to make sure you have benefits and why most likely you probably cannot use them for traditional marriage counseling, and what effects they might have on you if you do decide to have a psychological diagnosis used in order to get help with your marital issues. So first, you have to understand that insurance companies only cover what is medically necessary. And marriage counseling and relationship issues are not generally defined as medically necessary. However, when you call your insurance company and say, I'd like to have couples counseling, is that covered? Most likely they will say yes. Because what the person on the other end of the phone hears is that, do you cover a psychological session with the other partner present? And they do. You can go and get psychological help with your family. They use a procedural code. The procedural code is 90847. 90847. And that means if I have to go to a psychologist because I've been diagnosed with depression and seek help, my spouse is welcome to come with me, and that procedure is still covered because there are two people in the room. However, if you call your insurance company and say, I'm having marital issues and I want to know if marriage counseling or couples therapy is covered, the diagnostic code for couples counseling is V-61.1. Again, that's V as in Victor, -61.1. Call your insurance company and see if they cover that specific diagnostic code. More often than not, that is not deemed medically necessary and it's not covered. Now, if you call a psychologist and ask if they cover couples counseling, you need to be very clear on these two issues because two things can happen. One, they can say yes, it's covered, and they may be filing a diagnosis that they know will be covered, like depression or anxiety. Now, these are two common side effects from marital issues, but treating you for depression is not going to fix the communication issues, the stupid arguments, the not feeling loved, and loss of sexual desire. So that diagnosis goes onto your permanent record, and it's not exactly what you need help with. Now, the other thing any psychologist can do that takes insurance is say, yes, I will put in the correct diagnostic code, V61.1, and then it's up to your insurance company to decide whether or not they cover it. And you'll see in the fine print when you sign up with a psychologist that if your insurance company doesn't cover it, you are still responsible for the charges. So that you can have the service, the claim can be denied, and you're still on the hook for paying the full amount of the counseling. The third most important thing you need to realize is that if you or your husband are in healthcare, you do emergency service work, military, police, firefighter, paramedic, or especially if you're in the government and have a security clearance or top secret clearance. I deal with a lot of clients up north in Southcom and down south in Homeland Security based out of Homestead Air Force Base. If you have any of these security clearances and you go to seek psychological counseling where there may be a diagnosis, you have to declare that to your work and it can affect your ability to do your work. So, as an alternative to all of that, if you don't want to fight that rat race, you can use coaching to get faster, safer, and more effective results if you need help with your marriage. Now, I do not deal with people who are medically ill. If you are anxious, if you are depressed, and you feel that that's a medical condition, you need to go see a psychologist or a psychiatrist for medical assistance. As a coach, I deal with skill-based issues. I don't feel you're broken. I just think that there are certain skills that need to be understood and mastered in order to have a happy relationship. You need to be able to connect emotionally with your partner. You need to be able to communicate from a problem-solving point of view and from an emotional point of view. You need to make your partner feel safe and loved, and know how to maintain or fix that connection when some external stress tears it apart. So if you didn't learn these skills growing up, if your parents didn't role model these skills, it's not your fault. You don't know what you don't know. I can't change the oil in my car. My father or my mother was not very handy with a car, and they didn't know how to do it, so they never taught me how to do it. I'm not broken. I don't have automotive repair deficiency disorder simply because I can't change the oil in my car. I just don't know what I don't know. I could go get a book in the library and learn how to do it. I could hire a mechanic to do it, or I could go to school and just start tearing the car apart to see if I can figure it out. But the fastest way if I'm going to get my oil changed is to go to a professional who already knows how to do it and will either A, take care of it for me, or teach me how to do it. Since I can't be married to you or your partner, I can't do this for you, but I can teach you the skills you need to do it for yourself. And that's the primary difference. My work is skill-based, I offer a money-back guarantee, and it's 3 sessions for about 90 minutes each. Any psychological session, in order to be covered, will only be 45 to 60 minutes. So even if you're using your copay, it's going to take you twice as many visits, twice as many days off from work, twice as much time in order to get to the same place that I can get you to faster and get you there happier in less time with a money-back guarantee. So, I encourage you to call me and reach out and see if I can be of help to you in your marital issues. And I hope this has helped clear up what you need to do to decide whether or not you want to pay for a private service like my coaching or use insurance benefits with a licensed psychologist. My name's Matthew Holscher with Parent Marriage Coaching. I look forward to talking to you soon.